Hey guys, welcome back to the KreMarie Floral Tutorial Part 3. Just going to show you how to do a few more of these different types of florals, these flared florals. We're going to start with the duo-sided kind of flared out flower that I did here. And this is with an Ateco curved tip. The first one thing you're going to do is go ahead and take your bag, and this one you're going to need to divide your icing in half. So here I am using a piping bag and I'm filling it half with a lighter icing and half with a darker icing, so I make sure that I have that seam right in the middle of my cup, just so that I know how much I need to put in there. I always fill my bags and then I put my piping bag that's filled with the icing into another piping bag that already has a tip in it. So that's why I'm doing this here. If your piping bag already has a tip on it, make sure that depending on which side you want dark and which side you want light, that tip is pointed the right way. So if you remember that the top point of the tip is the smaller point, and so you're going to want your whatever color you want on the bottom on the right and whatever color you want on the top on the left. In this case, I'm just filling up the bag with half and half, and then I'm going to go ahead and insert it into my already bag that's done already with the tip on it. So here we're gonna do, I'm choosing to do blue and cream, and I'm filling it with half blue, half cream. So now you can see half side is cream, half side is blue. You've got that tip pointing up. And basically what I'm going to do is, this is the Ateco 120 curved tip. And so I'm just keeping it at a 45-degree angle to the cookie and literally just flaring it out, kind of keeping the bottom part of that tip towards the center. And then I'm going to go ahead and wiggle these around for the next layer just to give it some dimension, lifting the tip as I go up from each layer, having that tip go up at an angle with each layer. And then for this one, I'm just gonna go ahead, after I easily just kind of pipe a few petals around, wiggle a few petals around. It really depends on how you want it to look. You can wriggle it, you can just flare it out, you can do a rainbow. Right now I'm just trying to decide what am I going to put in the middle of this flower, and I decided just to do a few beads. You can also leave it plain. You can pipe a few thin filament in the middle. It's totally up to you on how you want it to look. In this case, I'm just gonna go ahead and add just a couple of sprinkles in the middle just to kind of give it some flair. And there you go. So this is the duo-sided. You can see on the one side is blue, on the one side is cream, making sure that half that bag and half that bag. Now here we're going to do another one, very, very similar, same type of idea, except we've got pink and we've got white. And this time though, I'm going to take the tip, and I'm literally going to, as I push the icing out, just lightly go around, pulling that icing around, as you can tell, and going behind each petal, starting the next one. I mess up here. I'm supposed to get it behind that petal, but I was lazy. So again, you're lifting that tip to point higher and higher to the ceiling with each layer. And then just the last one here, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of curve it around, and that's gonna be the center. And I really love the look of this flower with the half and half, the duo-sided with the pink on the one. And again, this is the same Ateco 120 curved tip. Beautiful look. This one is the Wilton. This is gonna be done with a Wilton 125. And this will show you how to get that line on the very tip of your petal. So basically what I do is I go ahead and I take some food coloring and I literally just line the seam of the bag with food coloring, and then I fill my bag with thick floral icing. I also like to not mix my icing color totally, just so that it gives some dimension. Keeping the point, the bottom part of your tip in the center of each petal, you just flare it out in a rainbow shaped pattern. And then I'm using a Wilton 53 and doing kind of like some filament in the middle. Super easy flower. Same type of thing with the same tip, Wilton 125. This time though, just normal icing, just a bag of yellow thick floral icing. Again, keeping that tip to the center of each petal and just flaring it out like a rainbow so that you get that nice uptick to each of the edges of the petals. And then again, Wilton 53. And I'm just gonna go ahead and pipe like spaghetti in the middle for filament. And you can do as little or as much as you want. And then what I end up doing is after this dries, I put on a little bit of edible gold dust that I mix with some vodka that I just go ahead and then paint on some veins for that flower. And it looks beautiful. So there you go. There are the ones that we've done today. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it helps and it gets you playing with those florals and the royal icing that you have. Have fun.